Ororo Munroe was born in New York, but the city offers her no memories. When she was only months old, her destiny soon took her far away to a life of adventure in Africa. And there, in Africa, she remained, worshipped as the goddess of life and storms. Now, 21 years later, as the X-Man Storm, she has finally returned here to her birthplace. But tonight, as she streaks through the Manhattan night sky, it may become her grave. Storm swoops downward.
Goddess!
Storm thinks,
these men are well trained. It is taking all of my danger room flight training to avoid their fire.
Suddenly she has an idea.
It will make me more vulnerable, but I have to descend.
And so she does.
If I attempt this into greater speed, they will not stand a chance. I cannot risk killing these men, no matter what. Focus, Storm.
She digs herself.
Feel the pulse of the wind. Gently shape its flow to your will.
She commands the winds to control her descent, and then Storm turns and blasts the agents with a downward draft of hurricane wind. The shield agents are blasted down into the pulsing wind.
They will be bruised, but unharmed.
She thinks as her winds carry her aloft again.
Assuming they survive the pollution of this poor unfortunate body of water.
Finally, Storm returns alone to Nightshade's dockside warehouse. A cold rain begins to fall as she enters. Inside, Storm reluctantly hands Nightshade the device.
Take your prize, Mshana Mdogo, for all the good it does you.
Nightshade, taking the device, calls Storm the real deal.
Oh yeah.
She warns Storm.
Your controller is on again, so no more freaky mutant stuff, you dig?
She turns to Jean, ordering her to listen carefully. Nightshade tells Jean that the device is called the Mnemonic Adaptive Transmitter, MAT for short.
S.H.I.E.L.D. uses this device to scan the memory patterns of their agents after every mission, and then upload those memories into their life model decoy robots. This is what gives their little LMDs years of experience in a snap.
Nightshade puts the device, which turns out to be a helmet, on Jean Grey's head. She instructs that Jean will use the MAT helmet to scan Misty and Colleen's memories, and then upload them into the helmet.
Skip the ex-boyfriends and high school traumas. All I want is the years they spent learning how to fight.
Jean says that Nightshade is one piece of...
Yeah. You too, Carrot Top. And if you even think of trying to side-stun me while your collar is off...
Misty's bionic fingers tighten around Colleen's neck.
All right,
Jean shouts. Jean Grey closes her eyes and concentrates. And just as Professor Xavier had taught her, Jean slowly, carefully swims through the myriad streams of consciousness that form the pasts of Misty Knight and Colleen Wing. She witnesses the long years of dedication to the martial arts. She relives the sacrifices the two women have made. She literally feels the pains they have endured, both physically and psychically. When they sweat, she sweats. Where they bruised, she bruises. She feels the joy and satisfaction of their triumphs and disappointment in their defeats. Jean experiences them all, and when she has uploaded it all to the helmet, Nightshade transfers the data into her babies, her new generation of cybernauts, and they break out their boxes.
Their older brothers had plenty of muscle, but that didn't help me against Black Panther or the Avengers. Then I realized what they were missing. Skill. Now these boys have all the fighting experience of 2 martial arts experts in their heads. And now it's time for a field test. Thanks for volunteering, girls. I'll even give Misty her arm back to make this a fair fight.
Nightshade, girl, you wanna know fair if it walked up and kicked you straight in your...
Thunder cracks and loud, the warehouse vibrates.
What was that?
Nightshade asks, startled.
That, Nightshade,
Storm smirks.
was me. As I returned, I started a thunderstorm. A very small one. So small it only exists directly above the building. By now, S.H.I.E.L.D. should be searching for a woman who can control the weather, no?
A bolt of lightning breaks through the glass roof of the warehouse, cracking dangerously close at Nightshade's feet.
I think this should draw their attention.
Well, ain't you cute?
Nightshade shouts through the rain pouring through the opening in the roof.
Waste them, boys!
And Nightshade's cybernauts attack. In the fray, Nightshade makes her escape.
She's bolting! She's bolting!
Jean shouts.
Storm, get her! We got this!
Colleen warns Jean that, without her powers, she is in grave danger here.
Hiya!
Jean says as she kicks the head off of one of the cybernauts.
Guess again, Colleen. 'Cause starting tonight, I'm also a daughter of the dragon.
For unknown to Nightshade, Jean had not only transferred Misty and Colleen's fighting skills into the cybernauts, but also into herself. Nightshade may have reactivated their collars, but Jean still has Misty and Colleen's martial arts knowledge in her mind, and she plans to use it. As the women fight, Colleen says that she wishes Danny and Luke were there to watch them in action.
I hear that,
Misty says,
but I got an iron fist all my own!
meanwhile, outside at the docks, Nightshade runs to her escape boat, decided that since she still has the helmet, she can start over any time she wants. And when she does, Storm will regret the day she ever crossed.
Nightshade!
That moment, a very angry Storm tackles Nightshade from behind.
You tried to use me?
Storm hisses.
You dare threaten me and my friends! Pray they survive this night, little witch, or I will make you suffer!
In the attack, Nightshade loses grip of the helmet, and it tumbles into the water. Now she's pissed. Nightshade turns to fight.
You got some moves,
She says,
but it's a shame you can't see the truth.
And what do you know of truth, Nightshade?
Storm asked, dodging Nightshade's kick. Her collar has been reactivated, but Storm has never needed her powers to win a fight. Storm takes the defense.
I know, we're both outlaws,
Nightshade responds.
both marked from the day we were born. 2 girls from Harlem, sisters with skills and powers, and you know they don't like that.
If the world sees you as a threat, Nightshade, it is because you have given it good reason.
Storm kicks Nightshade's gun out of her hand.
And I am not your sister!
Storm punches her in the jaw.
You really think you're something, huh?
Nightshade snarls.
Big shot African princess slumming it with the common folk? But we look really basic to you, don't we? Your Majesty.
Nightshade kicks at Storm, almost clipping Storm's shoulder.
Though I may be a princess, believe it or not, I grew up in the alleys of Cairo, Egypt. I know what a real slum looks like.
Storm says, blocking Nightshade's blows.
I was taught how to lie and steal and fight. I have walked the same path you have taken, but I was shown a better way.
Storm punches Nightshade in the nose. She is done toying with the young woman.
You see,
Storm says now take the offense.
a young man of great honor entered my life.
She strokes Nightshade again.
His sense of duty inspired me, even though it also eventually pulled us apart. But of the many things I learned from him, most of all, he taught me to place the needs of others before my own.
With all of her will, Storm summons enough bioelectricity to both short-circuit her collar and to charge her face with electrical energy.
He also taught me this.
She uppercuts Nightshade. For an instinct, Nightshade is unconscious. Seconds later,
Okay, boo.
Nightshade says weakly,
Maybe you got some Harlem in you after all.
Through that,
Storm replies. Meanwhile, back in the warehouse, things are getting dangerous. The Cybernauts have the ladies' fighting skills, but unlike them, they do not get tired. Jean successfully decapitates one, but is hit in the back of the head by another, and she goes down. Now it's only Misty and Colleen against all the Cybernauts who surround them. Trying to return to her feet, Jean thinks to herself that she only has one chance to fire a telekinetic pulse. It will shatter the Cybernauts, but Nightshade's collar will undoubtedly kill her.
At least Colleen and Misty will be saved.
Jean thinks.
Goodbye, Scott.
Jean says quietly to herself. Suddenly,
Behold!
Storm descends through the opening in the roof of the warehouse. Manipulating the electricity in the air, she makes her voice thunder throughout the warehouse.
Help is at hand!
Ooh, y'all in trouble now. Let 'em have it, Storm.
With pleasure, Misty Knight.
Storm says with a smile. She summons a gust of wind.
the machines of man will always bow to the power of nature. These weapons are but mere leaves caught in my breeze.
She hurls the robots through the warehouse wall.
But they will yet sink like heavy stone.
Soon, the ladies are freed. Jean uses her telepathy to search for any residual thoughts or even a telepathic trace of Nightshade. But nothing. Colleen quietly expresses her disappointment. She was looking forward to slicing off Nightshade's Minnie Mouse hairdo. To which all but the African goddess laugh.
Who is this Minnie Mouse? I do not get this joke.
Well, it's been fun, ladies. You ex-ladies go ahead and get out of here.
She orders.
Storm.
I promise I'll explain why you invaded S.H.I.E.L.D. helicarrier.
That would raise too many questions about the X-Men and expose Jean's identity to the authorities. You will tell them nothing, Misty Knight.
What?
Forget about my identity, Ororo?
You're in serious trouble here.
I have made my decision, little one.
The weather goddess insists.
Listen to me, knucklehead.
Jean asserts.
You do not want to end up on S.H.I.E.L.D.'s most wanted list.
You mean to say I will be branded as a thief? Chased by the police?
Storm asks with a sarcastic smile.
Sister, it will hardly be the first time.
Meanwhile, back at the X-Mansion, Cyclops laments. He knows death well, He and his fellow X-Men have walked with death all their young lives, flaunted it, taunted it, tilted with it, and they'd always gotten away unscathed. Until now. Until Thunderbird. It has been weeks since Thunderbird died, and the memory still hurts Cyclops. The nagging feeling, the fear that if he'd acted differently, Thunderbird would be alive today. It still eats away at him. Awake or asleep, he can't escape the images seared into his mind's eye. Images of Count Nefaria making a last, desperate attempt to flee Valhalla base, of Thunderbird trying to stop him, and of Thunderbird's final, defiant cry. Anguished, Cyclops slashes out with his Arctic blast and unknowingly damages an Agent Khan on the grounds of Xavier's school. Simultaneously, in a nearby solar system, a cosmic force is about 1 month from returning to the Earth's orbit, unaware that it, as well as Professor Charles Xavier, are being watched closely. For the X-Men's mutant leader, as the most powerful telepath on the planet, is the most likely human to bond with the cosmic force, and the mysterious Emperor and his Earth-based agent would sooner destroy the entire universe than allow a lowly human being to harness its cosmic power.